Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam yashala, kol holo Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai, b'Hashem Chachwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, led by the Spirit, taught us His beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Aqua that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai to the best of their ability. Jachanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson. Pray that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just wanted to do this quick video on about where you're at in these last days. It says Japanese man pays nearly $16,000 for life-sized dog costume to fulfill his dream of transforming into an animal. See that? See, these people, they don't want to be what Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai created them to be. And that goes off into Romans. Them basically worshiping the creature over the creator. But in fact, let me go into that real quick. Let's just touch on that real quick. Romans chapter 1. Just a quick little lesson, pray that it's edifying. Just to show you, like where we're really at in these last days. You had to be in the last days where a person would spend damn near $20,000 to fucking be a dog. And I'm gonna play the video. You're gonna see how stupid this month good looking, man. Romans 1, and it goes off into this freakism, all this alphabet shit, this A B C D E F G shit. Hey, the scriptures are on point, man. That's how you know we're in the last days. These prophecies are coming to pass, and you're not gonna get around it, man. The vexation of spirit, man. Like we're so vexed with this damn place. Let me see. I'll start from verse 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. See, they have no excuse because you can clearly see the skies. You can see the sun, the moon, the stars, the trees, the grass, the animals, the bees, the bugs, the whatever. You can clearly see what Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai created. That's his glory. If you can't see that there's a God from seeing all this beautiful stuff, then it's something really wrong with you, man. Verse 21. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as a power, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, because these are the children of Lot. Lot is Abraham's nephew. Lot knew the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why when he was in Sodom and Gomorrah, he talked about the filthy vexation of his spirit, roughly paraphrasing. He seen the stuff that was going on. He grew up with Lot, basically. Lot was given the law, statutes, and commandments from Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai. So, before they got all wealthy and they both separated, Lot knew the things that was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah was wrong. Now, this is the children of Lot. This is these Japanese people. The so-called Japanese are the children of Ammon. They're one of the ones that actually came up against us as a people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, in Psalms 83, to make it to the point, they became a confederate with all these other nations. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, Moab, which is their brother. You know what I'm saying? Which are the so-called Chinese people today. And then they came together with some Africans. And they like, hey, look, we're tired of these Negroes running the earth. We're tired of them and their righteousness. We're tired of them and their righteous law, so to speak. And basically, let's just get rid of them so that they don't even remember who they are. Let's get rid of the name of Israel. That goes off into Psalms 83. Okay, so now let's go. Let's get into it. Verse 23. It says, verse 22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible men and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. And this is really going into you Israelites, but you took on the customs and the abominations of these heathen nations that the Lord told us not to even mess with. He told us not to even deal with these people. You got to be bugged out of your goddamn mind to want to be running around all goddamn day in a hot ass dog suit. And matter of fact, 16 grand on it at that. It says, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator who is blessed forever? Amen. Who done it? And mainly it's the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of freakism and a bunch of weirdoism. But let's go back into it, because let's get the video of this clown. They got video on Twitter of this clown, man. It's in Japanese, but anyway, you'll be able to see. This is the dude right here. No, it's no volume on it, but this is him. Not weird you gotta be to be into some shit like that. But you know what? Their mothers had sex with their father. Lot's daughters, both of them, they had sex with him and produced children. That's the reason why they look the way that they look, with those slanted eyes, kind of look all kind of doofy and shit. Because that's close ancestry. Matter of fact, the word Moab, it goes off into incest. That's real close incest. This is not like you know, a damn, you know, first cousin sleeping with a first cousin. This is a daughter and father relationship where the father, you know, impregnates his daughter. So now all of a sudden, he's the father and grandfather of his child. You know what kind of how confused that is, man? That's confusion at its finest. Let's see what else they got. The same old thing. It's all on YouTube. You can pull it up. I'm gonna get rid of the music so they don't, you know, give me no strike with this bullshit. But as you can see, this is a dude in his suit, man. He spent 16 grand on this shit. So what? What, you about to leave the apartment? You're about to what? You about to go outside? You see? He's trying to, you know, this is the world that you're living in, man. This is the kind of chaos that you're living in, man. You see? Anyway, man. Here go to another one. Let's see what this one is. It's a lot. Incredible. Motherfucker probably got wife and kids and everything. Motherfucker want to be somebody's dog and want to be, you know, want to be played with. But hey, but like I said again, these are the children of Ammon right here. Let's go into Psalm 73. And it's just a quick little lesson, man, to just show you just how bugged out this world is. You're not about to tell me, man, that the Lord is going to allow this place to last any longer, man. No, Psalms 83, Salakia. Because it goes off into the children of Lot. The children of Lot were some of the ones that were, you know, Confederates were coming up against the children of Israel. Psalms 83 and 8. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Say Lot. In the NLT over here, it says Assyria has joined them too, and is allied with the descendants of Lot. Let's see if they got because if you are familiar with the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot's wife looked back, right? She looked back. She was supposedly, you know, turned into the pillar of salt, right? So they went into a whole another land. They didn't go into the land that the angels told them to go into. So the daughters was feeling as if, oh, we're the last people on earth, which I don't understand that, because Abraham and them was still around. But they could have thought that Abraham and them caught the business too, because Abraham prayed to the Lord, you know what I'm saying, basically roughly paraphrasing, the, you know, to save Lot. But he came out with his daughters, and both of his daughters had sex with him. One of the kids came out being named Moab, and one of the kids came out being Ammon. And that got to let you know right there within itself that there's going to be some weirdness in that, man. Matter of fact, let's see. They might have it right here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This is it right here. Verses Genesis 19 and 37. When the older daughter gave birth to a son, let's go into it. Let's get it, because they got him drunk. And they both went in and had sex with him. It was all the idea of the oldest daughter. And that would be your so-called Chinese today. Let me see here. Yeah, they went in and got the old man drunk. That had to have been some serious wine for him to not know that them was his daughters, considering when nobody else around like that. It says Lot and his daughters. Verse 30, Genesis 19 and 30. And Lot went up out of Zoar, and dwelt in the mountain, and his two daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar. That's where the angels ended up, told him to go at first. And he dwelt in a cave, he and his two daughters. So he kind of pulled off what, some Edomite shit and that caveman shit. And the firstborn, let me see, no, hold on. Oh yeah, the firstborn of his daughter, basically. And the firstborn said unto the younger, our father is old, because Lot was older, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. So they like, hey, there's no man to basically have sex with us so we can carry on life, so to speak. Okay? It says, come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. Now, I'm sure they had to have known from Abraham, because like I said, Lot came up with Abraham. They had to have known from the law, statutes, and commandments that you are not to sleep with your seated nakedness of your father or your mother. Brothers and sisters are not supposed to be sleeping together, man. You're not supposed to be sleeping with your damn auntie or your uncle. Those are law in the law, statutes, and commandments. They had to have known that, or at least Lot knew, but that's probably the reason why, who knows, with the women, it's a little different. That's probably the reason why they got Lot drunk as hell. But I still can't, I don't know. Damn, that had to been some serious drink, boy. Golly, man. If there's no other women around, you have to know that who the fuck, you so drunk that you're not even asking who the fuck is this? You just thinking that you having a dream? But anyway, a man's going up Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and that race of people is on the earth today. Ammon is the so-called Chinese, and Moab is the so-called Chinese, and Ammon is the so-called Japanese. Those are the races of people that came from Lot, Abraham's nephew. Verse 33, and they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said unto the younger, behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. So they was trying to do, I guess, a good deed and trying to carry on seed. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to be able to, well, yeah, that's bugged out, man. Verse 35, and they made their father to drink wine that night also, and the younger arose and lay with him. And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. See that? And the firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab. The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And that's your so-called Chinese people today. You see? And the younger, she also bare a son, and called his name Ben-Ami. The same is the father of the children of Ammon until this day. And those are the children of those are the so-called Japanese today. Those are close relatives, incestuous relatives, man. So you have to imagine if let me see here. Now, they both had sons, right? How was they able to carry on their father's lineage? The sons had to have had sex with the mothers. That mother, as a matter of fact, the mother could have had sex with her own son once he grew up and got older. But more, if they had any kind of morals, it would have been, well, I'm not going to sleep with my mom. I'll sleep with my auntie, because they would have had to have the Ammonite son would have had to have slept with the Moabite, which would have been his aunt. And it's just confusion. You see what I'm saying? So you had two sons born. They had to have been sleeping with their sons. Or, like I said, son, I'm going to sleep with my auntie, basically. So now, the Lot this is his sons and grandsons, and the children that come from him is his great-grandsons, and he's just a bunch of craziness. That not a woman is the auntie and mother of a child. Just a bunch of goddamn weirdness, man. And you can clearly see that they got that type of spirit on them too. They're some fucking weirdos. You see them, man. Like, come on, man. When you think of these people, sometimes you'll think of Bruce Lee or somebody like that. But I'm talking about, just look at them. They eat any damn thing. They just don't have, like, it's like they're soulless. Look, pull up some videos of them on YouTube and just peep their culture and see how they get down, and see if that don't match with what's being read right here. They got the little, they got Down syndrome, with the little lazy eyes and shit. That's all a part of incest. And you know, back then they were actually darker too. That was a darker race of people. Hey, and they don't want no parts of you Negroes neither. But like I said in Psalms 83, if you go into Psalms 83, they were a part of the Confederate that came up against the Israelites to make you Negroes call yourselves black today. You know, that's the reason why you don't know who you are. You think that you're African American. You think that you're, you know, all these different races of people that the so-called white man, the oppressor, gave you, because they don't want you to know that you're Israelites. But this right here, man, you have to know that this is straight buffoonery. It must have came out of it. But anyway, come on, man. Who does this other than a foolish nation of people? You ain't gonna find no, you know, you got Jake that's into some freaky shit, and they really only into freaky shit because of these idols, these nations of people that they follow. But Jake not spending 16 grand to become no goddamn dog, man. You know, you don't rolling, throwing him a bone and shit. You know, he wants to be a pet. Like, nah, man, get out of here. This shit is real, and, you know. But I just wanted to just touch on this. The children a lot, you know. Hey, this is that breed of them. This is what they were into. This is what they're into to this day. They still a bunch of goddamn freaks. You know how freakish you had to have been. Once the sons got their mamas pregnant, they would have probably had daughters. Now they're sleeping with their sisters and still sleeping with their mama, you know, and all kinds of weirdness, man. That's why they look the way that they look. Matter of fact, they say that we all look alike. Hell, if you ask me, they all look alike. You know, direct descendants of each other. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, man, look, bro. Come on, man. This is just wickedness right here. But anyway, just know that you're living in the last days. You're going to see a lot more of this freaky shit. And this is how another indicator that we're living in the last days, man. Repent to the Father Yahweh in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai. With that, Kwam Yashala.